Right, everyone, welcome back to the Superhero Chronicles, and this time I'm going to be giving you my review of the Lego Batman movie, starring Will Arnett as the title character, Zach Galifianakis as the Joker, Rosario Dawson as Barbara Gordon, Michael Cera as Robin, and a slew of other cameos of Batman lore and just other lore in general. Uh, let's waste no time. Let's talk about this bad boy because I love this movie. I saw it for the first time. Not I saw it once, and just that one repeated viewing, I instantly fell in love with this movie. It's a mile a minute funny, kind of reminiscent to Deadpool in terms of its like mile a minute comedy delivery. Also like Deadpool, the comedy can be exhausting because like they're just hitting you and hitting you and hitting you and hitting you with no breaks in between, but you don't lose your enjoyment of the movie because it still keeps you focused because the story of it is actually a very nice, very sentimental and somewhat touching story. We'll get to that in a second. The acting in this movie is incredible. The aforementioned actors that I mentioned all are hilarious and put their A game into it. But then you got the other actors in this thing. You have Ray Fiennes as Alfred, who was good. He was hilarious, and he had some of the best lines to me. You have Billy D. Williams reprising his role of Two-Face after 30 years, and he says two lines, and I'm disappointed because I've waited too long, and even in Legos I can't win. Then of course you got Channing Tatum with a little role as Superman, and he was hilarious. And there's a really funny scene that happens with Batman, Robin, and Superman, which I'll get to in a second when I start talking about the movie. But yeah, the acting is awesome. Every actor is hilarious. They all seem like they're having genuine fun with the material that they're working with, and it's great because that energy shows. So let's talk about this bad boy. This is a very simple movie, very simple story. The overall story of this movie is it takes the whole notion of I'm Batman and I can do anything, and it kind of pokes fun at it. In a way, it's like, yeah, you're Batman, but you can do anything, but even Batman has problems. And in this movie, Batman does have problems. He has problems of getting too close to people. We see, and pretty much in like the first 15 minutes where after Batman is like done his grand takeover, grand beatdown of the Joker and his gang, and he goes to the Batcave, which is, by the way, hilarious, where he says, "Computer, I'm home," and he sees this Batcave, which has like tons of like Batman-related tech in there and gadgetry and vehicles in there, like a Bat Pod, a Bat Boat, a Bat Buggy, a Bat. It also has this movie also makes the Bat Shark repellent prevalent, and that is hysterical. But anyway, we see that Batman, he longs for like a family in a way, and of course it's Batman, so he has a hard time admitting that he longs for a family. So he puts on this whole narcissistic vibe about him, like, I'm Batman, I'm so cool, I got 9-pack abs, I can do anything because I'm Batman. So like I said, it takes that whole notion of I'm Batman, I can do anything, and it uses that as a mask that Batman uses so it can cover up that he's feeling actually lonely inside and longs for a family, even though he does not want to admit it, which I thought was very, very cool. And of course, this leads to a conversation with Alfred, in which Alfred, in one of his many funny lines, is like, sir, seeing you like this brings back memories of when you went over the hill a few other times. And it makes references to Dawn of Justice, the Nolan movies, the two Schumacher movies, the two Burton movies, and of course 60s Batman, which was hilarious. And by the way, when they do reference the Schumacher movies, yes, for Batman and Robin, they actually show bat nips. That's hysterical. It's like I love the self-deprecating humor of this thing. It's so good, and it's done in a playful way where it's done in a playful way, not in like a hateful way. It's like, yeah, we know We effed up. What are you gonna do? It was the '90s, which is pretty fun. Of course, and there's more metahumor to come because when we get to like Barbara Gordon, who was exceeding her father as the new commissioner, which is a nice little reference to Batman Beyond. For those of you who watched Batman Beyond, Barbara Gordon does become the commissioner in Batman Beyond. In this movie, she exceeds her father's commissioner, and she shows like this little slideshow where you see more. We get more references. We get references to Batman the animated series, and we also get reference to the Batman serial of the 1940s, which was amazing. Seeing black and white Batman on in Lego form being referenced, that was awesome. It's like yes, like one of the early appearances of Batman in live action form is getting some respect. Something that's pretty much forgotten if you're not a diehard fan like me. But yeah, but that all humor is great. But this movie is also good at its relationships as well. I love this. I love like this teenage romance that Batman has for Barbara Gordon. Like the first time he sees Barbara, they start playing like Cutting Crew. I Just Died in Your Arms Tonight, and that shit was hysterical. I was rolling when that happened. I was like, this is great. The cheese factor turned way up. I love it. I also love the relationship between Batman and the Joker. Pretty much, this Joker's whole plan is to get Batman to admit that he needs him and that he is his greatest enemy. And Batman is just like, I don't need you. I don't need anyone. And Joker becomes like this girlfriend and Joker becomes this jilted ex-girlfriend who takes the breakup so bad that she will do anything to get the man's attention. And that's hysterical, the way they played it up. It's hilarious. And I love at the end where Batman says, Joker, I need you. I hate you. and Joker and Batman do like a nice little parody of Jerry Maguire, where the whole "you complete me" thing. That shit was hysterical. I loved it. And of course, this movie is also filled with slew of other cameos. Like you get cameos from like King Kong, you get the characters of Sauron from Lord of the Rings, you get the shark from Jaws, which Barbara Gordon uses the shark repellent on, which was awesome. The shark repellent works. Finally works. That was great. I loved it. What else? You get the creature from the Black Lagoon. You get a whole bunch of stuff. And of course, like I said, the scene where Batman and Robin crash the Fortress of Solitude because they got to get the Phantom Zone, Phantom Zone device that they can put the Joker in, and they crash Superman's, and Batman and Robin unknowingly crash Superman's 78th anniversary party for the Justice League, and Batman's all like, "Where's my invitation, guys?" And GL's like, "Oh, it takes me months to get Superman's email." That shit was hilarious. Seeing Batman just be like, "I wasn't invited. I'm Batman." So yeah, to me, Will Arnett steals the show in this movie. I love Will Arnett as Batman. He already has a built-in Batman voice, so just hearing him do that in this, I know Batman was in the Lego movie, but I'd never seen the Lego movie, so I didn't know how he was going to be as Batman. But seeing this, I want to see more Lego Batman movies. I want to see more of Will Arnett as Batman, because I think you got something here. That this could be like this right here. This could possibly lead to like two more, like its own little trilogy, which I am so in for, because I will eat it up like it's king. But anyway, at the end of the day, Batman eventually, learns to trust Robin, Alfred. No, I'm sorry, not learns to trust, but he finally admits that Alfred, Barbara, and Robin are his family. By the way, Michael Cera as Robin. I'm not a huge Michael Cera fan. I don't find him funny at all. But in this movie, I thought he was hysterical, and I thought the chemistry between him and Will Arnett was great. I already know they were stars in Arrested Development, but I've never seen Arrested Development, so I can't go based on that. I can only go based on what I've seen, and what I've seen them do is Lego Batman. And their chemistry together is hysterical. I love how, Robin, I love how Robin's just like, "Hey Dad, hey Padre, hey Bat Dad, hey Bat Padre." That was hysterical. And of course, this movie is chock full of other references too. They make reference to Suicide Squad. They even make a reference to one of my all-time favorite films, Pulp Fiction, when Batman it was like in captured in Arkham Asylum says, "What are you going to call Box Force 5?" which is a little reference to Pulp Fiction. That's awesome. A Quentin Tarantino movie was referenced in Batman, in a Lego Batman Kids movie. That is amazing. To me, that's amazing. I love it. So yeah, there's like tons of other stuff I could talk about, but guess what? I don't want to talk about it. You want to know why I want to talk about it? Because I want you to watch this movie. It is worth it. This movie is awesome. At the end of the day, I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. This movie is highly enjoyable, very funny, awesome acting. The animation looks beautiful. How they were able to manipulate the Legos to look like stop motion was ingenious and proves that the talent behind this movie had a lot of love and care, not only for the Batman property, but for the Lego property, and to like create the imagination of a Lego city was breathtaking. So yes, 9 out of 10. Very few flaws. Very, very few flaws. And it does not, it will not enjoy, it will not, stilt your enjoyment of this movie, because this movie is awesome. So, again, 9 out of 10. I am AJ Legend. Like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll check you back next time for some more.